Pat Monahan and Train Magic with you, along with Mike Barrett. It's 8:35, and it's time for our weekly morning show, Good Policies. First, I say good morning to Mike Barrett joining us. Mike, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm all right.
The weather outside is not yet frightful, but I hear it shall be soon.
7 to 14 inches.
Yeah.
By the time it's all done, it could be more. They're talking almost 2 feet up on the mountaintops.
Oh, man. You know, I used to love winter.
I did too, and I tried to tell people that this morning. It's not that I hate snow. I just, quote unquote, ain't as young as I used to be. Remember, we used to go out 2 feet of snow and we'd build those awesome sledding trails?
Oh, yeah.
Not no more.
No. And I used to be an avid skier, but, you know, having my son, I decided that I didn't want to take a lot of time away from him. Next year will be the year that I put some skis on him, so I'll be able to love winter again. But right now, I'm just fat and miserable. So.
Well, and you're not fat. Anyways, when we come together, folks, here on our Tuesday morning chat, we talk about good policies. We're talking about insurance policies for all of your needs. Mike, not everybody out there listening has the dubious privilege of owning a home or attempting to own a home. In other words, paying for it.
Or don't want to own a home.
Exactly. And
many reasons.
That would be renters. And we talked, I can't remember how long ago, about the benefits of having renter's insurance.
Mm-hmm.
What do you say we float with that?
I love it. So, and it's actually a good idea because it's the most underutilized coverage out there. There are so many people who are tenants, who are renters, who don't have it. But what do they have? They have a vehicle. Almost all the time have a vehicle. And as a result, are missing a golden opportunity here. And what am I saying? Well, you know, getting a multi-policy discount can be a very big thing. It can really impact the crediting on your auto policy. So we're going to use some simple math this morning, and then we'll get into some of the coverages that are really no-brainers here.
Simple math, not a bad idea. I've got a half a cup of coffee.
All right.
Okay.
So let's say you're spending $1,000 a year on your auto insurance.
Okay.
All right. It doesn't matter. Just, you know, I'm not
round number.
I'm not shopping you. I'm just saying, here you go. Easy math. So let's say you're spending $1,000 a year on auto insurance, and then you say, gosh, maybe I'll get a renter's insurance quote and see what that would be. So some companies offer 10, 12, 13, 15% savings on your automobile insurance to have a renter's insurance policy. So what's that equate to? Could be $150 savings on your auto insurance right off the top. And then now let's go and look and see, what does a renter's insurance policy cost? Unlike a typical homeowner where I come to the home and say, well, based on the size and condition and quality of your home, here's the value you need to insure for. A renter's insurance policy is, hey, what do you have? We ask you, what kind of coverage would you like? How much of a limit do you want to have? Do you want to have, most companies, the minimum they'll insure for personal property, which is everything that would fall out if you were to turn your apartment upside down, would be $10,000. So there's your baseline. So $10,000 on up. I have renter's insurance policies that have almost $200,000 worth of coverage, depending on the needs of the people. You know, these are people who are maybe renting a big single family, been there for many years, accumulating stuff just like a regular homeowner, that type of thing. But what would a $10,000 limit for personal property renter's insurance policy be with maybe a $250 or $500 deductible? Probably around $150
a year.
Yeah.
A year. That's
how
like
much
10, 12, $14 a month.
Or zero,
right,
if you just saved $150 on your auto insurance by having the same with the same company.
See, simple math.
It's simple math. So what is the true reason and benefit to everybody needs renter's insurance? No matter what. And even if it was $10 a month or even $15 or $20 a month, what is the benefit to you?
Let me just stop you for a second.
Go ahead.
Okay?
You have a thought.
Now, we know that Barrett Insurance Agency can provide all kinds of insurance coverage. You referenced the fact that, say, Tom and Tina down the road here own buying their house, okay?
Yep.
In order for them to get insurance coverage, somebody has to go look at it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. With renter's insurance, does it work the same way?
No.
Okay.
You tell us what you need, and you tell us where you're at. We'll ask you some basic questions, you know. So what's the address? Do you know the year the house was built or the apartment building was built? If it's a really, fairly old property, have there been any updates like roof or utilities in the past 10, 15, 20 years?
Wiring, windows.
Yeah, we want to know that it's a fairly updated property because that does somewhat apply. What kind of heat do you have? Do you have wood heat? That's obviously a big question. So that could impact it as well. But no, we're not going to go to the apartment and do a walk around. So that really gives you the flexibility to come and do an inventory in your mind of what you own. And the biggest line I get when I quote renter's insurance is, I don't have much. It wouldn't take hardly anything to replace this.
Now, the last time we touched on this, we talked about, as you just said, $10,000 is usually the bare minimum, right?
Yes.
You think about all the things you own. A computer. I mean, if you've got a dolled up computer, it's $1,000. If you've got a whole bunch of clothes, jewelry, as we've talked about, that can add up. So $10,000 may sound like a lot, but might not be.
And you need to think. A lot of people tend to think about how they've accumulated this stuff. So Aunt Joan gave me this couch that I've got, and Grandma Wilson gave me this table that I got, and I inherited this beautiful bed that I'm sleeping in. So I don't have a lot invested here. While that could be true, a loss occurs and all those items are gone. How are you going to replace them? We're not going to go to Aunt Joan or your Grandma Wilson or anybody and try to get it back. The companies are going to replace it with new. And that's what a replacement cost on contents policy will do. And almost all, it's an endorsement that's never not included when I quote it. And I'd say most of my peers are probably on the same page. Replacement cost contents is pretty much a guarantee on these things if you do it right. And as a result, that inherited couch might be a $900 replacement.
Or the Keurig, and so on and so on. I mean, these are the things that you got to think about that, as you mentioned, in a loss. What was that?
Food.
Yeah, well, you did
your
mention
cupboards.
that. Yes.
Your cupboards, your refrigerated items. Let's think about the refrigerated items for a minute. So that's typically not subject to a deductible.
Didn't you say 2 hours without power, then the food is considered spoiled in the fridge?
It can be, yeah. That's the typical rule. Perishable items don't last forever. And so as a result, you do an inventory and you could get a refrigerated food loss claim filed and either not have any deductible or a lower deductible than your regular policy deductible. So, but let's go beyond the contents and replacing the things that you have. What else is included? Loss of use. Loss of use is a factor in there. So a percentage of whatever limited coverage you have for personal property, that's what determines loss of use. What is loss of use? The apartment you live in caught fire, had smoke damage, had water damage, makes it uninhabitable. Now, unexpectedly, you have to be somewhere else. How are you going to do that? What if you don't have family around? What if you don't have friends who can accommodate you or family that can accommodate you? Maybe mom and dad said, you ain't coming home again.
Could be.
It's possible. So that loss of use coverage is a limit, and the company will pay up to that limit, no more than. And certainly they'll pay less if they can, but they'll pay up to that limit to put you up elsewhere. Maybe it's only going to be a week while they do some remediation at the property you were renting. Or maybe you need a little bit of a time to find a new place to live. Well, that additional cost of living is going to impact you, and it could be covered by the policy.
Well, see, folks, this here right here just goes to prove that most people think that renter's insurance is just this much information, but we've proved it. You have to have the conversation. You have to contact your agent. You have to ask the questions to get answers.
Yeah, you need, and don't forget that we haven't even touched on the liability and the medical payments to others coverage, which is vital for everybody.
So we go from saving money to replacing goods in the event of a loss with renters. So tell folks how to get a hold of you.
Sure. Give us a call, 748-5224. Visit our website, thebarrettagency.com. Google, Facebook, and YouTube is all Barrett Insurance Agents.
All right. And, of course, we record these so you can put them up on the YouTube page.
Absolutely.
Mike, thanks for sharing information on good policies. You be safe in this storm coming up.
Let us know. Let us know. Let us know.
Don't strap the
boards.
boards.
If you can't complain, just fall in love with it.
Don't strap the boards on until next year. That's our deal, okay?
All right.
All right. Good policies on Magic. Music coming up for you from Melissa Etheridge. Good Tuesday morning.